Alright, we got top 10 most anticipated new anime of winter 2024.
Time goes by, and just as soon as we enter 2023 full of optimism, it's time to bid goodbye. But it's not all nostalgic longing when we have a bright year ahead of us in the world of anime. With 2024 just around the corner, I'm already seeing a couple of really cool shows to watch out for when the calendar rolls through another year. Here, let me introduce you to
I saw that one last time, but I'm not a fan of it.
Opening things up is the Unwanted Undead Adventurer.
Yo, I think I read the manga, bro.
Is a theme in anime, and the whole weak to
I
strong
mean, it's a
thing
manual,
won't appear on
but
this list
is
just
it?
once.
Was
For now,
it?
though, let's talk
I
about
don't
the
really
less
remember.
heralded one between the two titles.
I think it was a
Unwanted
manual,
Undead
yeah.
Adventurer starts off following plucky adventurer Rent, who bites off a bit more than he can chew. Instead of finding treasure at the end of a path, he meets a sudden demise courtesy of a dragon. Fortunately, that's not the end of him. Remaining as a pilot,
The animation
he
looked
readies
trash,
his
but I ain't
equipment
gonna
and
care,
sets
bro.
off on his new quest
The
for
CGI looks
evolution, one that
stupid.
will end up with him returning to his old, glorious form. Really getting some Berserk of Gluttony vibes with the character design here, and I'm sure that those of you who enjoy the darker side of fantasy anime will enjoy this one. Do take note though, it's not exactly Arifureta-like in that the main character is overpowered and being reborn from his first death, so to speak.
Might watch it. Seem interesting, but I swear I read the manga like that, bro. I'm sure,
And number 9
100%.
is Tales of Wedding Rings.
I didn't see this one either.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect out of this one at first, you know. The premise is of our main protagonist, Sato, finally getting the chance to confess to his best friend Hime. In classic anime fashion, nothing goes according to plan, and the two are instead transported to another world. Sure, Sato gets his wish as Hime chooses him to be her groom, but it comes with the responsibility of defeating the demon lord in this world using girls as his power source. Cue sudden isekai harem. An adaptation of a manga that started all the way back in 2014, Tales of Wedding Rings.
They're
pretty
still
much
making
ticks
those
the
type of
boxes what
anime?
people liked about isekai and harem titles.
I know
Fan
those
service,
mid-beaters
whole
gonna
bunch
have
of
a
comedy,
good time
and
with this
pretty
one,
enjoyable
bro.
plot, all things considered. It's not exactly a masterpiece, but it's serviceable if you're into that genre.
I need to read the manga. Animation look crispy though.
We're not ready to leave Fantasyland yet because our next entry is The Witch and the Beast.
Oh, what's this? Yo, those are pretty good anime though, I ain't gonna cap.
In contrast to the previous title, this is a more serious type of fantasy anime. Here, witches plague the world, casting curses that are nigh impossible to remove. Standing against them are members of the Order of Magical Resonance, an organization that deals with cases involving magic. On the trail of a witch, the two agents, Cat-Eyed Guido and the stoic Arshaf, appear in a town. However, this is no ordinary town, for this is a place where a witch has completely enthralled its citizens, convincing them she's a hero. The two had tussles with witches before, and they smelt something fishy. What thrilling secrets and revelations await the two as they dive deep into this case? We'll find out once the show airs this winter. It's surely something that I'm looking forward to.
I'm be honest, which anime always good, bro? The plot is always good, the storyline is always good.
My instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world stands a chance against me, is the next anime on the list.
What?
We've seen overpowered protagonists before, and they're a dime a dozen. But are you ready to take that theme to another level?
You
Take
just
it
gotta
to
say a
extreme?
word.
Here we have an isekai protagonist.
Man, that's
who
too
has the
OP,
ability-
bro.
Get this, instant death. Yeah, it doesn't matter that he missed out on powers or that he and one lone companion get abandoned to their doom. With the power of instant death, not even the strongest monsters stand a chance against him. However, that ability of his does open the doors to a lot of intrigue. Will he use the power of instant death to save the world, or is he too sleepy and apathetic to even care? I have to say, giving a rather apathetic character such a crazy power in an isekai does make for some unpredictable moments. Yeah, there's not much challenge in terms of actual combat, but how he makes use of the power interests me. Also, there are problems you just can't brute force out of, and it's something I look forward to seeing our protagonist tackle. Pretty wild isekai.
I'm watching
some
it.
people will love, I'm sure.
I ain't gonna cap, Vinny 2 got some good taste, bro. Every time I watch this video, I'm always, you know, it's always interesting to watch.
For the next anime on the list, we have Metallic Rouge.
I'm watching this one
With all the
though.
fantasy
I don't like
titles we've
sci-fi
covered so
anime. I
far,
really don't
how
like
about
them.
time for some sci-fi? A commemorative one.
I
as
don't
Studio
like
Bones is
sci-fi,
set to
bro.
celebrate 25
I do
years,
not.
actually, and they couldn't have picked a better genre. The action seems to be the studio's strong suit, with hits like FMA, My Hero Academia, and
Oh.
others. Blending sci-fi and magical powers has proven to yield good results with stuff like Symphogear, and I've got some high hopes for this anime. After all, in addition to Symphogear, I've liked Tiger and Bunny, and that's the vibes that the trailer's giving me. Bones has had a great run so far, and this will likely be another good original anime they can add under their belt. As far as we can see for now, the production values for this one are gonna be good. Great visuals and nice sound direction don't make an anime, but it is a start.
Sure. You look good though. I wonder what's
Don't
number
forget to
one.
hit that like button
Maybe
if
Solo
you found the
Leveling.
show to watch so far.
Wait, is it
If
coming
not,
in winter?
don't
I
worry,
don't think so.
We've got 5 more new anime coming out that might just be the one you're looking for. Let's relax a bit with this next title, shall we? A Sign of Affection.
Nah, boring.
ユキの顔かわいい恋
何ぼーっと突っ立ってんの
Here's the seasonal pick for comfort anime. A Sign of Affection comes to us with a plot quite reminiscent of something you can see from a theatrical production. You have the disabled protagonist, the chance meeting that brings renewed hope to her life, and the growing relationship and budding romance. With characters that are easy to root for and some visuals that might as well be on par with anime movies, this could be a sleeper hit for winter. At least a reasonably strong candidate for best romance too. While it may not end up becoming a mainstream hit that people will get hyped for week after week, this is my top recommendation if you want something light and touching. It's the perfect
watching
escape
this,
for people
bro.
who find everyday
There's no way
life
you're grown
quite
ass man you
stressful.
watch this shit, bro.
Here's some hope and
Respectfully, bro.
positivity for you. We all need that in life, don't we?
何の脈絡もなく現れたこの感情のやませ方なんて
If you really
私は知
depend,
りたく
bro.
ない
じゃあな
We
Bro, that's
move
some
on with an
Twilight shit.
action title next.
Sengoku. Oh, we just saw that.
There's only so much you can do with the setting of a world inhabited by humans and monsters that live amongst them to make the whole product feel original. You can shake things up a little bit with the twists in the world or the character dynamics, yes, but nothing hardly stands out anymore these days, does it? Here you have a monster protagonist teaming up with a human hero who utterly despises humans. It sure makes for an entertaining duo to follow as they go on their adventures, learning more about the truth of the world. Still not that unique, don't you think?
I already
Sengoku
said in the last
Yoko,
video,
however,
I'm watching
exhibits
this
its
shit
strengths in how it handles
100%.
the build up to the plot. It's a title that really feels incomplete if you've only seen the first few parts. Luckily, the anime has been granted a generous number of episodes that can help facilitate this. With so much stock being placed on the build up and the twists that come pretty late, it ends up being a curious choice for a fantasy action series, but it's a bold decision that some people would like.
何なんだてめえらは見つけたここが俺を強くしてくれる場所だここで俺は誰にも負けない強さを得る
For the third ranked title on the list, we have
Chain Soldier.
的に迷い込んでしまった場合むやみに動かず魔法隊が救援を待ち
Looks
ま
like
す
an Olo.
Ever wonder what the guys behind Agami ga Kill are up to these days? Well, here's your answer. A glance at the art and the key visuals is all you
Man,
need
if
to know
everybody
about
die, I ain't watching
big
it,
hits
bro.
from the mid-2010s. However,
Akame ga
Soldier
Kill
pushes
give me
the envelope
fucking-
further with the crazy fan service and harem shenanigans, giving us what seemed to be a way more unrestrained take on the whole secret organizations fighting monsters premise people from back then have come to love. This time,
the
we've got more
fuck?
degeneracy and more intense fights under our belt. Given the author's track record with Agami ga Kill, I can't sound surprised in the slightest. Chain Soldier is not all about the NSFW though, as some of the fights can be legitimately and unironically entertaining and engaging. I can't wait to see how this one's going to turn out.
総組長は
ヒーローを目指す物語だ
Delicious in Dungeon is also coming this winter, giving us a much needed wind down phase from the intensity of the past few entries.
竜に食われたのが俺だったならよし行くぞ
Give me a concept, an idea that's been done before, and I'll make gold out of it. That seems to be what the creator's going with in Delicious in Dungeon. The idea of eating monsters isn't anything new, nor is the whole sword and sorcery setting that characterizes this title. However, Delicious in Dungeon shows that it all comes down to execution, as this is a title that makes quite a mundane concept into a very creative and engaging story to follow. Comedy is king in this title, but let's not forget the actual draw of the show. The monster dishes. It's food anime at its peak, and it meshes so well with the lovable characters and their own stories of growth. If you want a light-hearted series that's wholesome with a lot of fantasy elements thrown in there, there's no better time to start getting into anime than now. This title truly deserves its popularity.
もうやっちゃうよっ
俺たちは一度空腹でレッドドラゴンに負けたんだ
Seem interesting.
同じ鉄は踏まないだろ
Solo leveling is here to finish off this list.
Number 1, I was right.
したのにいつまで押し削いてる
They better do a good
こんなところ
job.
で死んでたまるか
There's no contest that amongst the new anime coming this winter 2024, solo leveling is the one that everyone's been anticipating the most. The hype from the community is real, and Aniplex is more than ready to cash in on this cultural phenomenon. As for the story itself, well, it tells of a world where hunters battle monsters, with our protagonist here being a weakling who rises against the world and becomes stronger, looking to eventually become the most powerful hunter of them all. A tried and true formula that's garnered quite a lot of success, and adding the whole underdog appeal and the gritty dark atmosphere, that's the icing on the cake. Why do you think we have 2 new anime on this list that do the whole fighting monsters underneath a dark backdrop thing? Solo leveling is primed to be the breakout hit of winter 2024, and the whole world is watching.
The animation is good though. It's really
Whether
like
it
the
rises
manhwa
ranks
though.
Or flounder is anyone's guess. Personally, I'm hoping that the badass moments from the source material, as well as the amazing expressiveness of the art, manage to translate really well to anime formats.
熱く戦おうぜ生きている限りこの上なきゃあって強くなれるのならこのふざけたルールにだって従ってやる
And that just about does it. 2024 already looks to have a great start, doesn't it? On the other
Already
hand,
having solo leveling, bro.
what are
2024
your
gonna be
picks?
crazy. I can't
Please
really
share your
tell.
thoughts down